Okay, they said, wait a minute. Hold up, we are in it. If you're looking for us, we came back to represent it. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Wow! Sensei Kwabin here. Moment with the master. I believe we're in number 34. Chisa! Welcome. Welcome, Facebook family. What we have for you today? Well, you know, summertime, summertime, and the sun is out. And what are we saying today? We're trying to get you to move back away from the sun a little bit. Not actually, move away from the darkness. Sunset the past. Chisa. Sunset the past. Yes. In martial arts, we practice the art of centering and meditation and calmness and poise. Sunset the past. Because why? I recall that last week we talked about minimizing the negative effects of things that have gone on before us. Sunsetting the past. Now here's a fact. We know that the past has shaped who we are. This is the truth. Our past experiences, our past victories, our past losses. No denying. We all have a history. Some of it is well regarded. We reflect positively on our history, right? Good stuff. Great. And then there are parts of our history that we say that we kind of would like to carve out. We're talking about sunsetting the past. Now, I don't think it's really a good, healthy exercise to totally ignore the past, to not acknowledge the effects it's had on our growth and development, or how it has impeded our growth and development. I say there are three things that we can do with the past. We can listen to what it speaks to us. We can learn from what it says to us, and we can let it go from what it does to us. Okay, we can listen to what it speaks to us. We can learn from what it says to us and let it go from what it does to us. Okay, the past can be something that promotes us and propels us into greatness, or the past can be a thief that steals opportunities and puts holds and limitations on the boundaries of what we think, do, feel, and say. The past, right? We want to release the past. Yes? So, what's the caution here? The caution here is in regards to the bogeymans of the past. We talked about canceling the bogeyman in parts 1 and parts 2. We ultimately got into things like the power of positive change, campaign for positive progress or progressive positivity. We talked about total self-awareness and total self-confidence, yes. We talked about understanding how there might be factors beyond our control and how to manage all of that, right? But here's the question that we have to pose and consider and ponder and evaluate. Listen to it. Is there anything from the past that is eating us alive inside? Is there anything from the past that is catching our attention? Is there anything from the past that is commanding our focus? Is there anything from the past that is utilizing resources that we need to address our current day situation? Anything. We're feeding sometimes the bogeymans of the past, setting the table, cooking them dinner, by giving them the focus of our current daily situation, our current daily attention, our current daily meditation, our current daily heart condition, what we focus on, what we give our energy to. We're feeding the bogeymans of the past, right? And what we want to do is we want to clip, cut off the feeding tube. We go clip, cut off the feeding tube. Clip, cut off the feeding tube of The bogeyman. Is there anything from the past eating you alive? Let's learn to release it. Let's look at this. Because this message is about freedom and liberty, right? And we want to minimize the negative effects of our past so that we positively have position, open awareness, right? And the internal push, the internal motivation, the internal inspiration to be clear to move forward, right? To be clear to move forward. So we want you to release it. Fix it now, if possible. If something's coming up on the horizon of your awareness, before it becomes a past thing, the ideal thing is to fix it now. I'm a big proponent of address things in the moment. I don't want to wait till tomorrow. I don't want to wait till later. I want to address it now. What is going on? What's this all about? Let's unpack this here, right? I want to fix now so that I don't have this reconciling fixation on things once they're in the rearview mirror, that I don't have this reconciling fixation on things of the past that have happened maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago. Some of us are holding on to things that are so far in the past that they can no longer be reconciled. The expiration date has gone and passed. It's done. It's off the shelf. It's not even offered anymore. The opportunity is gone. Some of those opportunities are buried in graves with people. And there is nothing that we can do to restore or to reconcile or to get right with what has been or what has happened. Letting go of the past. Cutting off the feeding tube of the boogeyman of the past. You know, none of us would like to get stuck up. None of us like to get robbed, defrauded. That's a big thing. Financial fraud, that's a big thing these days. None of us want it. We don't want any part of it. But the reality is that because of how we manage or how we fail to manage what has come before us in the past, we are robbing ourselves and sticking ourselves up and robbing our present moments of the benefit of our full attention. The idea is to appreciate our present moments, to be aware, to be present, to be connected with our present moments, to be involved and be able to be engaged in our present moments, and not to be sidelined by the thoughts and the unsettled occurrences that have come before us, because they expire quickly. Some of them are gone. Some stuff happened last week. It's expired. It's done. Last month, it's expired. It's done. Last year, it is gone. It's over. 5, 10 years ago, do you think that stuff still has some cachet for our attention to get anything out of it? There is nothing there. Here's an idea. Here's an idea for some of us. It might be a good idea to just take the L. Right, count it as you know what? I caught that L. Yes, it was an L. Yes, that relationship, it was done. It was an L. That work opportunity, it didn't work out how I planned. It was an L. Right? That seeming window of opportunity for me to go forward with my plans, desires, and dreams didn't happen. It was an L. Right? Some of us need to take the L that we had, the expectations that we had in moving forward in a venture or a relationship or a program that did not materialize in the way that we wanted. Take the L and convert on that old defeat, convert on that old disappointment, convert on that old deficiency, convert on that old dysfunction, convert on that old disease, and turning into something good. So we're going to get over those old disappointments, defeats, deficiency, diseases. We're going to get over it. G-O-O-D. You know, sometimes we really are going through experiences so that we can get the benefit of something we're going to need to step up in the stage. This is known by entrepreneurs. Sometimes they got to fall and trip and fail before they can step up and stand up, erect, and prevail. Sometimes you got to fail before you prevail. So we say, take the L. This is an upside down type of a theory. Sometimes you got to lose to win. Take the L. We're still talking about getting over the past and sunsetting it. There are lessons that we need to get from the activities and the experiences we have, but we keep running into them because we fail to take the L and learn the lesson. Right? We got to turn the loss into a lesson. Take the L. What is burning the oil of your consciousness from the past? What is giving you that upset stomach? What is keeping you awake at night? What is keeping you focused? Or what is leading you into constantly putting your feet in the vein of a distraction or a deterrent away from dealing with whatever that thing is from the past? What's burning the oil of your consciousness? Right? We want a future fix in the present now. Deal with it now. Fix it now so that we can be free and liberated and get away from the negative effects of what that stuff holds so that we can move in a positive and powerful way. Because last week, last month, last year, last decade, last generation is done. You want to know what? You want a lighter, healthier, younger you? Let go of the past. You want to shed 10, 15, 20, let go of the past. You want a feeling of newness and vibration and, renewal? Let go of the past. Feel lighter. Right? Because there's some who don't want you to do that. There's some who benefit from your investment in being stuck and chained to what has happened before. You're pulling on that chain. Chisa. This chain won't let it go. Let that chain go. Right? As soon as you let the chain go, you're going to see some people, wait, they're going to come and pick up the chain. You dropped something. Here's your chain. Here's your chain. Stay in the place of how I thought about you before. Here's your chain. Remain in the place of your limitations and lack. Here's your chain. Don't try and step up out of that. Don't try and step up erect. Don't try and move your position. Here's your chain. Some people are just like emotional terrorists. They are. But what we know about the past, that we can send the emotional terrorists, we can let them go right along with our past. Because we listen to what the past has had to say. We learn from what the past has had to present to us as a lesson. And we also let go of the effects or the negative effects that the past has on us. So we get rid of the terrorists right along with that. When we're driving, the best driving orientation is to keep your eyes on the road. They say that in driving class. Keep your eyes on the road. Keep your eyes ahead of you. Keep your eyes in front of you. And just like driving in life, you can see the analogy that sometimes we drive looking in the rearview mirror. Now, could you imagine being on a road, a highway, where there is bustling traffic and we are constantly in the rearview mirror? How many rear ends that you've seen on the road that are a result of people driving in their rearview mirror? Driving in the rearview mirror. Boom! Wow. Isn't life like that? If we drive in the rearview mirror, eventually we're going to hit something that we didn't intend on hitting. And in the same way, if we drive in looking out the side windows, observing the life of others, living through the vision stakes of others, living through the positive feed or the positive reels of what others are presenting, looking out the side windows at the beauty of what we're passing, constantly focus out the side windows. Similarly, we'll crash. Focusing out the side windows, you're likely to veer off into the wrong lane. You're not where you're supposed to be. Glancing at beautiful things, it's good. All right. Hey, that's beautiful. Wow. Okay. We're going forward though. Call that side view driving. Right? One of the thieves of a healthy and happy life is comparison, or two thieves are comparison and worry. And as we look at what other people present, as we are looking at the beauty of their lives, as we look at their curated and stylized feeds, as we look at the the selective representation of who and what they are, we have the danger of running into comparison and envy, and then worry because we aren't really giving the type of attention we need to our own situations, our own very heavy, very real life challenges. Hmm? And so some of us, we have to be willing to take our eyes and take it out the rear view mirror and put it on the road and deal with what is directly in front of us. Right? Pack away some of the mental scenes that we've been replaying in our minds so that we can focus on the road ahead. Some of us replay the past over and over and over again. And the reality of it is that, said it on the previous moment with the master, that the people who we are so worried or invested in aren't invested in the memory or the occurrence in the same way that we are. And we're waiting for them to come to terms with what they did, so much so that they can they have a come to Jesus moment and come back and say, you know what? I'm sorry for what I did to you. They don't even see the wrong in what they did. And we're holding on to it because they have already justified the occurrence and it is packed in the recesses of their mind somewhere. And it's living in the current state of who we are today. Let it go. We're sunsetting the past. We want to pack away those mental scenes. You know what? Somebody might come up to me and they might tell me, Sensei Kwabin, I remember when you did this. I have forgot about that. I'm not being insensitive, but I'm not walking and carrying the weight of the mental bondage of things that have happened before. Sure, there are elements of accountability that might interplay here that are important, that might need to be considered, but I'm talking about things that unnecessarily grips us, that have their holds and their limiting grips on us in a way that keeps us from being positively engaged in what we got to do today. We got to cut off that feeding tube. I have a computer, an old computer. I'm getting down to the end, and the computer, it was not running. It was not giving me the type of response from the operating system that I needed. I realized that I had to clean out the cache of the computer. I had to go in and clean out some old files, some old emails, some old videos, some old, applications, take stuff off of the desktop. I had to clean out the computer so I could make new space for new memories to happen and the computer can operate how it's supposed to. In our life, we need to make room for new computing power. We need to make room for new operating power, new functional power, new awareness power, because if we hold on to the past, we are cluttering the hard drives of our hearts and the hard drives of our mind in a way that does not give us permission to move because we're stuck. As a matter of fact, being situated in the rudiments of the past, being situated in the memories of the past, being situated in the realities of the past is like trying to move in quicksand. You're not going to move fast if you move at all. And plus, you might even really sink. So we got to free up movement space. I had to go to work on my old computer. And much in the same way, we might need to go to work on the heart and mind of our lives. We don't want people holding us hostage. And we don't want to carry any hostages with us because we do not negotiate with terrorists. Those emotional terrorists, we don't negotiate with them. Put them to the side. Sunset them. Right? What we want to do is we want to be so conscious and so aware of how important time is to us that we spend time like it's our last dollar. We spend time like it's an investment that we have to look at and continually monitor whether that market of our invested time is going up or that market of our invested time is going down. We want to recognize the value of our invested time and recognize that there is an end game for all of us. Right? There is an illusion in time that we have so much of it, that we have so much of an opportunity to do what our hearts are moving us to do. We don't have time. Time is running out quickly. And the windows of opportunity, not only the windows of opportunity are closing, but the windows of ready and available resources are closing. The windows of our energy sources are closing. The windows of those things that will be aligned to make sure that we have success, they're being pushed off and used in other capacities because we are not ready when the window of opportunity presents itself to maximize our use of time. So we need to spend time like it's our last dollar. Be pissed off when somebody misuses your time. That is something to be definitely concerned about. My time is particularly important to me. It is the life energy that I have, and it is the life force that I bring to any endeavor. My availability and my gift of investing time. So let's not let time slip away. Let's get busy. Let's get active so that we're so forward focused with our eyes on the road that we are making headway down this road of life. We're making headway down this pathway of success. We're making headway down this lane of greatness. Don't let it slip away. Put your foot to the pedal. Get yourself situated. Deal with the past. Yes, let the past give you truths and lessons about what we need to learn, but let it go when it's expired. Okay? Let it go when it's expired. This is why at Dominion Dojo, we say channel your personal will toward self-mastery and toward the realization that anything is possible. We want to put ourselves in the best position so that we can get the greatest gains out of the time we have. That's the life equation. Spend time wisely. Give yourself an opportunity to flourish, to blossom, to bloom, and to evolve and emerge as the best you possible. This is Sensei Kwabin talking about sunsetting the past. Use your poise and calm that you develop, some in the training of martial artists, but just in terms of your generation in life, and use it to the best degree possible. This is Sensei Kwabin, Moment with a Master number what? 34? Yes. And we say, never let the music of your greatness die. And always let the magic of your greatness remain strong. And be careful not to let people sow seeds of doubt in your garden of greatness. This is Sensei Kwabin saying, you already know, I'm up out of here. Ha! Yes, sir! Ha! Whoosh!